Today at Greenmount Bowl, we have the brothers Green, Jonathan and Nick. They are regular league bowlers at Greenmount and also very proficient duck pin bowlers. And it's very nice to have you here today. Just wanted to talk to both of you about your experiences with bowling. And Jonathan had a very recent triumph with winning the men's pro tour at, is that Johnson's Lanes?
Yep.
Is that Connecticut or Rhode Island?
Connecticut.
Connecticut, okay. That was this past weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start off with Jonathan, and then we'll get to Nick and what he's done, which very amazing things I've seen also. So what was your cut score, Jonathan, when you bowled the 8 games?
I had a 1297.
1297. That was that the high qualifier?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's great. So you were wire to wire the winner, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it was a really good weekend. I started off really well. I started like 310, and then I went went like 190 the third game.
Wow.
Get the rest, but for the most part, I think my lowest game was my last match. Was my final match. I had 137.
Oh, that was in the championship game.
Yeah.
I did see that on the Duck Pins Forever. Very good production that they do. So you said that was your lowest game, but you must have been pretty consistent then if you had 1297 and really only had the one big game. But
yeah. That's
still a pretty huge score for 8 games. It's almost 1,300. That's and not to have shot 200. I'd say it's pretty good. Yeah. What was your division like? How many games did you go? Did you win 5-0 or 4-1?
I went 4-1. I beat Josh Cole in the first game. I think I had like 60 something. And then I faced Richie Hipkins. Richie Hipkins beat me pretty good. He had 180 something game. And I faced Matt Buckingham. I had a 173, and he threw the double, and he needed a triple to win, and he threw a really good ball and left the 6 pin. He had like 170. I got him by 3 pins. Then the fourth game I faced Wayne Lick. It was pretty close till about 9th, 10th frame. I caught a 4-bagger in the 9th and 10th, 184. And then the 5th game I faced Chris Rolfe. It was another close game. I beat him by like 10 pins.
Wow. Yeah, that's really good.
It was a really, really tough division. I wasn't even that high set, and I had an 832 for 5. Richie Hipkins had 839, and Matt had a really good score too. He had 829, and he didn't make it out.
Man, that's
really tough division.
Yeah. So, how many cuts do you think you've made? I remember you bowled White Oak several years ago. I watched you bowl there. And how many cuts would you say you've made altogether?
I've made a lot. I know Pop Whit in the first 2 years I missed only 3, so I made 8 both years of those. And last 2 years of the Pro Tour I went 4 and 6. So I missed the same amount of cuts each year. I missed 3 my first year, 3 my second year, and I missed 2 in both years of the Pro Tour.
Okay. And Nick, you played the Pop Whitten also, haven't you?
Yeah, I bowl in the Pop Whitten. I've been bowling in that the last 2 years also. Me and John actually moved up at the same time once COVID started hitting.
Oh, yeah.
So once the tournament started ending for youth, we figured it would be our best option to move up. And honestly, it was the right decision to go at that time.
Yeah, that's great. So, yeah, I remember seeing a video of you when you had your 200 game.
Yeah, that was about a month after I actually moved up. So I think I moved up around, when did we go on vacation for second?
We went on vacation from about, I think it was like middle of June. I think it was like the second week of June.
Yeah, the second week of June, and the weekend after I moved up and went bowling for Mount Airy for my first Pop Whit. And then we joined a league here on Wednesday nights, and me, my brother, and my dad at the time all threw a 200 game within the same month.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's something. Yeah.
It was both our first ones too.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Weird, that was your first 200 too? in that
Yeah.
month? Oh, I didn't know that.
How long have each of you been bowling, and who is the older?
I'm older. I'm 22 right now.
Okay,
And I'm 20.
okay. And how many years have you each been bowling?
Both started around the same time.
Yeah, it was like 2012.
Oh, okay, about 11 years ago.
Yeah. At first we started off with baseball, but once we started getting older, we kind of grew away from that. My dad was starting to do duck pin bowling. So we would practice in the summer. John started off with what, a 50-something average?
Yeah, it was 50
Yeah.
something. That's what I
Okay.
started out with.
And I was
Yeah.
like a 65 or something like that. And I was still getting used to bowling in the wheelchair and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, that's got to be pretty hard. Do you have issues where you've like scraped your arm or hand with that?
Well, recently I got a new wheelchair in December, and I don't know what's different about it, but sometimes I'll get like a little bit of like rug burn. You can see a little bit right here on my arm scraping against my wheel.
Yeah,
But other than that, not much.
you must have a pretty strong upper body, I'd say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I have a huge upper body. In high school, I used to do arm wrestling with all the kids.
Oh, you
I
did?
was the #1 kid with arm wrestling. And in weight training, we'd be doing like pull-ups and stuff. And I had maybe 23, and all these football players could get to like 18 or 19. They just couldn't get above what I was doing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's great. Huh. Yeah, yeah, you're getting back to the Pro Tour for Jonathan. What would you say was the turning point of your Sunday? That is the thing that really made it seem like you were going to advance and get to win the championship.
That match against Kyle Shaw really boosted my confidence. 'Cause that was a really, really tough game. We were both going back-to-back marks, and I just had a lot of stuff go my way. Like he should have had a strike where he had the 5 pin up and both pins hit it, and it just slid a little bit and it stayed up, and he ended up missing the single and ended up being the reason why I won by like 5 pins or something like that. But yeah, I just had a lot of luck for the most part, and it just went my way. Like the last match against Tommy Miller too, he had me by about 12 pins, and I was struggling bad the first 6 frames. Had about 16 to 6, and I was able to. I switched balls to a little heavier ball, and I went 7-pin spare. And I left the 5-7, and I think that was probably the turning point of the match is when I slid the 5-7, and that's when I thought I was gonna.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that shot, by the way. That was right on time. And yeah, hit it perfect. That was excellent. Yeah, I noticed that it seems like you throw the ball harder now than you did when I saw you at White Oak. Is that true, or?
Probably if you saw me in youth, yeah, I didn't really throw the ball that hard in youth. And then around my last year, I decided to put more rotation on the ball, and my ball speed probably went up about 3 to 4. I'd say 3 to 4 miles.
Yeah, because you're really accurate with that. It's hard to throw it. It's difficult to throw it faster and still retain your accuracy, I'd say. But you do real well with that. So. Yeah, the faster the better. Yeah, that's something. So what weight balls do you use, Nick, and what weight do you use, Jonathan?
You go first, 'cause I don't know my weight.
Oh, okay.
I know what kind of have.
I have a set of three commons. All of them are 478, 310, and I just other balls sometimes bring out if I'm struggling is 478, 311.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I started off with maybe a set that I was using for, I want to say a good 8 years, and then I wanted to try something different. And John had some comments that he had, and I wanted to switch into using comments more because they look cooler and they felt really nice. I like them. So I got 3 comments from John, and I've been using those for maybe the last 2 years. I couldn't tell you the weight and size of them at all. I'm not that into that.
Yeah.
Almost done.
So do you all bowl? Well, you all bowled youth leagues. How many years?
I think it was.
So we started in 12, and then we moved up in 20, so it had to have been like 8 years.
Yeah, it had been like
Okay.
8 years, yeah.
Yeah, we did, we started off at Greenmount for like the first year that we bowled, and John was talking to some people during the leagues when my dad bowled, and they wanted him to move up to travel. So I moved up to travel with him, and we bowled travel for a good 7 years. That was one of the best leagues. I loved it to death.
Yeah.
Especially north-south, Fed matches. That's what really got us really into Duckman bowling.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, that's exciting stuff. Do you all like talk about each other's games, like critique each other and suggest to each other what would be good, what wouldn't be good? Like if one of you all is struggling.
Yeah, we'll give each other advice every now and then. Not a lot, but I know I made a bad suggestion to him a couple weeks ago. He was struggling. He started doing 4-step, where he goes up the line with 4 steps,
Yeah.
and he was chopping a lot. And I was like, maybe you should go back to 5 steps. And obviously that wasn't the right way to go, because he won the Pro Tour with this 4-step approach.
Well, it's hard to adjust something like that in just a couple of weeks, I'd say. Yeah.
I started in February because I was struggling bad with 5. I was rushing too much, and I just decided to just cut a step out of my approach. And ever since then, I've been a lot more accurate on spares. I feel like my first ball feels a lot more consistent as well.
Yeah. Is there anything that Jonathan, you've learned from Nick that you employ in your game, and same with Nick? Do you like, whether it's a mental outlook, a philosophy, or a way of turning the ball when you throw it, or is there anything that either one of you has learned from the other one that you can think of right away?
I mean, yeah, because I feel like I didn't really put a lot of rotation on the ball first, and when I saw him do it, I was like, maybe I should try that too.
Yeah. Yeah. So as far as the bowling alleys go, do you all have played mostly here? Have you played at Mount Airy or any of the other local centers in leagues, or?
We bowled Southwest for a little bit.
Oh, you did?
We still do it. Other than that, we haven't really bowled leagues anywhere else except for here in Southwest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What was the last Pop Whitten that Nick, you bowled in?
That I bowled in?
Yeah, the last Pop Whitten.
Last one I bowled in was last month at Duel. I'm trying to switch my way of bowling. I've been throwing it straight a lot recently instead of curving it like I used to. So I'm trying to get used to that. So it wasn't too great, but I like the pin action there. I like how the pins move at Duel and everything.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, that straight ball, your ball is pretty straight, isn't it, Jonathan? Do you have a little turn on it, or?
I put a good bit of revs on the ball because I get under it and I have a lot of snap on it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Very good. And let's see. Is there any particular house that you really liked that you played in the past that's not here, but like if you've gone visiting in a tournament to Duel, Southwest, or any house? Is there any one in particular that?
I miss White Oak.
White Oak.
I liked White Oak. We bowled there every other Sunday for travel, and it was a really nice house. I liked it a lot, and it's basically, I guess, from childhood.
Yeah.
From the last 7 years of bowling youth.
Right.
And when's the last time we bowled there?
For me, it's been since it would be Pop Whitten Masters, I think. I think that was the last time I bowled there. Yeah.
I think I bowled in the COVID thing that they had there, the one that you versed Trey Hayes in, I think.
Oh yeah, they had like a singles tournament for a month there, but I think they had like a COVID thing, so they didn't open after like July for a little bit. But yeah.
Okay. And what average do you carry, Jonathan, and what average do you carry, Nick, in your leagues?
Finished this year with a 147, and here Monday nights and Friday pro doubles at Southwest.
Okay.
Yeah, at the moment my average is a 112 on Wednesday nights. I'm shooting for 115 for the summer, hopefully, and work on my game. I used to bowl in 2 leagues, but right now I'm doing school and 2 jobs, so I've been taking it a little bit more easy, so I'm steadily getting myself back into it during the summer now that I got a little bit more free time with school being off.
Well, that's actually quite good. 12 and 15 rolling out of the wheelchair like that.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, when you had the 200 game, that was amazing. Well, you made a spare your 10th frame, wasn't it?
Yeah, I made a spare in
Yeah.
my 10th frame. I also had a Hallmark 194 when I was 15.
Yeah, I think you were 15 or 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hallmark
It was
game.
awesome.
Hallmark.
That was up
Before
here?
him.
Yeah, before me, yeah.
Was that here or?
Yeah, it was here.
Yeah. Wow, that's really something. Hallmark game, and you said you got yours before Jonathan got his. When did you get yours?
I got mine about 2 years ago, I think, at Johnson's actually. I was 2 times I bowled at Johnson's. I made a Final Four and won there. I get a lot of good action there.
Yeah. And what was that 200 game that you had, Nick? What?
203.
203, and your
Yeah.
high is, Jonathan, is
233
233.
at Parkville.
Okay, and then your sets, highest set.
5. So what would you count? Would you count like a block, like 1, 2, 3, out of like a 4-game set, or would you just count just a 3-game like set?
Well, we could start with the 3-game league set, but then you can tell me your
Because I
block.
think it's like 547 at Parkville when I shot the 233 during Fed matches.
Okay, yeah.
Mine is 427.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
In practice, 435, but I don't count that.
Wow, that's still, you bowled it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah, so, and where do you work, Nick? Do you work?
I work here at Greenmount Bowl, and I work at the Maryland Horse Track as an assistant accountant
Oh,
over there part-time. I work there every other day, and I work here at Greenmount on weekends.
accounting, is that you had schooling for that? Or?
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
going to Towson University for a accounting major,
Oh.
and I graduate this fall.
Wow, that's great. Excellent. And where you work here,
I work
Jonathan?
here, yep.
Okay. And you're taking schooling too, or anything in particular?
Soon I'm thinking about doing a trade school to be an
Trade-
electrician.
Electrician, okay. That's useful stuff too. All the public service type things. People always need that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Huh. And as far as the league formats, do you prefer doubles or triples or 4 on a team? Which do each one of you prefer?
I like doubles.
Yeah.
Just fast, and when I'm in a good rhythm, it's nice. I like doubles.
Yeah. And how about you, Nick?
I like triples and quads. Quads we bowl on Wednesday nights. I think it's a really competitive league that we have over there at Southwest. And we've been bowling basically with the same team for the last 3 years. Bowl with Jon on Wednesday nights.
Oh, okay.
And during the summer we bowl quads here at Greenmount. I usually keep myself to a 1 league a week kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's really fun.
Wow. So was your dad the one that actually got you into bowling? And he actually, did he teach you how to throw it, or did he just say, get up there and do it the way you want to?
So after we were done with baseball and all that, he was getting into duck pin bowling. And one of the first things I asked him was, how am I going to bowl, obviously? And of course we had the bumpers up and all that. And we'd go every week, and it got to the point where I wasn't hitting the bumpers as much anymore. And then we ended up joining the league. It was just a continuous growth of just learning, failing, learning a little bit more. The way I bowl is kind of a little bit crazy. So I start off at first and take a deep breath. I put the ball in my lap. I actually throw the ball up in the air, catch it, and stop with my right foot, so the wrong foot,
Yeah.
and bowl.
Wow. Yeah. So you actually wheel up to the line, and then
Yep,
that's
all
when
in
that's
one
when you do the
fluid
routine that you just described. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And the
so-
funny thing is I didn't notice I actually threw the ball up in the air and catch it until like maybe a year and a half after I started doing it. Because
Yeah.
my dad was saying how it's crazy how you can throw the ball up in the air and throw your ball out all in one fluid motion.
Right. Huh. Yeah, it's something. I guess have you all ever bowled the 10-pin, or have you gone north to bowl a Candlepin at any time?
I think few times we went up and tried a Candlepin.
Okay, yeah. How'd that turn out?
It was definitely different,
Yeah.
and it's really hard.
Yeah.
Didn't it mess you up while bowling for a little bit?
Yeah, I think it did. I literally, because the house, like the diameter ball, like felt really small, and it messed me up for like a week after
Yeah.
bowling it.
Yeah, it's not too unusual. That Parker Bone actually said, the 10-pin pro Parker Bone actually said that he and a friend of his, before one of the pro tours, bowled Candlepin when they were up north. And he said it took them about a game or two of practice 10-pin bowling to get back to where they were.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that variance in weight and ball size can be pretty can be disastrous if you don't correct it in a hurry, I'd say.
Yeah, there was only one time I've actually bowled 10-pin, and that was because our boss Dave Richardson was having a hybrid tournament, and that's where you bowl the duck pins and the 10 pins at the same time, and the highest score wins.
Okay.
And so I tried to do my one fluid motion with 10 pins, but that was a little dangerous.
Oh.
It would be like Fred Flintstone going all the way down on lanes.
Oh.
So I had to kind of park and just go back and forth and just roll it.
Yeah. Oh. And for Jonathan, what's been your highest 8-game block in the Pro Tours?
It was 1297.
Oh, that was the one. Okay.
Yeah.
And then your best 6-gamer was in the Pop Whitten was how
I
much?
think it was I think it's 937.
Okay. And then Nick, Pop Whitten?
Pop Whitten, I want to say,
Have you hit 800?
I've never hit 800. I think it was maybe 7, I want to say 730 maybe or something like that.
I think you've gotten 760.
760?
I think you did, because you were plus 100 at Merritt, I think, once, I think.
Yeah, that would have been right
Yeah,
around
definitely
760.
760, something
Yeah.
around there.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, Merritt, that's over at Dundalk. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, it's a nice house too, from what I've heard.
Yeah, I've made it there twice, I believe, right?
Yeah, you're
Twice.
2 for 2 there.
I'm twice
Oh.
there. 2 for 2, making cuts for Pop Whitten over in Dundalk.
What's been your best finish in the Pop Whitten, Nick?
I believe it was here at Greenmount when I made it, and I believe it was either the first or second round of the bracket, and I versed Mark Davis and lost to him, but it was a really good turnout and definitely further than I would have expected to do in that kind of tournament.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I really love about the Pop Whitten is the POA division, where you roll enough pins over your average, you can make it to Sunday. I
Yeah.
also like the Sunday tournaments we do here at Greenmount, the handicap tournaments. Those are really fun. We have a lot of bowlers that we know that come up here, and yeah, it's a really good time.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Yeah, they've been promoting that Greenmount tournament over at Tonytown. Yeah, they had a lot of talk in that senior league that I play in. That they getting people to come over every so often.
Yeah, I think they maxed out here yesterday. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they even had a Saturday shift, and we had a big, huge turnout for that because we have the sportsbook tournament coming up next weekend, and then we got the next Pop Whitten tournament the weekend after.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm sure everybody wanted to practice and get into that.
Yeah. Have you won a Pop Whitten stop, Jonathan?
No, I've never. I think I've made a few brags. I don't think even I won a bracket game of Pop Whitten.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll. I mean, eventually that's going to happen. Yeah. So,
Hopefully.
yeah. So you're playing in the next one?
Yeah.
Is that next weekend or this coming?
It's 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It's a week from this.
And that's where they having that Pop Whitten. Oh, it's here.
Yeah, it's here.
Sorry, I was in La La Land there.
Oh, good.
And then you're going to play the Pro Tour at
Southside, yep.
Week after. Okay. Yeah, so you probably haven't played there too much, have you?
I bowled there once in youth, but
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess they haven't had that tournament for a couple of years. Or I don't think they have.
Yeah. I think they had it like before COVID, I think, before COVID
Yeah.
happened, maybe.
Right. Yeah. Well, what is it that you like about Greenmount Bowl as opposed to other bowling alleys? Is it the lane surface or the way the pins fall or anything in particular you like?
I like how the pins fall. for the most part, other than ripping the middle, I get a lot of breaks. Gotta be inside, hit light, heavy, anywhere basically I can get breaks.
Yeah. How about you, Nick?
What I love about Greenmount, we've been bowling here every single year since we started. Like, this was our first league, was starting here, and it's just been like a home house that I absolutely love. I absolutely love everybody here that I work with, my boss Dave Richardson, and obviously all the upgrades that we've done to the center. It's perfect.
Yeah. How many lanes are there here?
We have 12 duck pins and 12 10 pins, so
Okay.
24 lanes.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Anything you'd like to improve on your games, or anything you could do better, or do you think you're really good at something?
One thing that I will say about how Jon's gotten really good at bowling is he puts the time into the sport. Even when we were kids, we used to bowl at Westview and Southwest while my dad was bowling the league. And he bowled like maybe 20 games a night, just improving his game.
Yeah.
So that's one huge thing about duck pin is putting your time into your game and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there is a question for Jonathan. When you get into tense or tight situations, is there a ritual that you do to try to eliminate the tension?
Just try and just go up and throw it. That's all you can really do.
Yeah.
For the most part, that's all I try to do. Just go up and throw it.
Yeah, no particular mindset. Like, do you focus on any particular of your mechanics, like stay down or straight backswing or anything like that, or?
I try to not pop up because sometimes I can get a little bit quick and I pop up in my approach and I throw just a little bit faster and I just start leading splits and just not putting it where I want to put it.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell them what you look at.
Oh yeah, that'd be. Yeah, what is it?
I look at the foul line, like the dots and boards around the foul line. I just have a spot where I look at for the most part.
Okay. Yeah. So one particular spot. Okay. And that's you kind of rotate it or move your spot around for like the 10 pin or the 7 pin or yeah.
I kind of just angle my body towards. I don't really look at anything for spares for the most part. I kind of just throw it at. I just throw it at my spares for the most part.
So you feel it, just play by feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. How about Nick? Do you have any particular mindset when you go up to look at the dots or part of the
Usually
lane?
when I go up there, I take a deep breath and make sure my chair is straight, because if it's not, it's just all out of whack. I mostly look at the arrows when I bowl and try and turn my wrist a little tiny bit, not too much, because then it gets a little crazy. But other than that, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
This is crazy how he looks at those dots before the foul light. There's little tiny dots before the foul light he looks at.
You look down then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's basically looking at the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Okay, well, it's good to talk to the Green brothers.
Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
Yeah,
We
thank you
really
very
do
much.
appreciate it. It was fun.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing you all in the tours or at Greenmount Sunday series or Duckpin series. I might be up here for that at some point.
Awesome. Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Okay, thanks very much. Have a
Yeah.
good day.
Thanks, guys.